No amount of training can prepare you for this. It's time for a radio beatdown. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. This is the Ultimate Fight Show, your source for all things MMA. Now, let the damage begin.
That's right. It is the Ultimate Fight Show on 740 The Game. We're brought to you tonight by Social Menace, PokerVT.com, and Tiger Martial Arts Longwood. The Ultimate Fight Show is your source for up-to-the-minute MMA news and discussion, and we bring you a different fighter every week for you to call in and talk to. I'm your host, Dave. I'm joined by expert MMA analyst, new guy, Bri. What's going on, man?
Easy on the expert stuff, man. You're going to make these people think my opinion matters.
And this week we have a very special guest in the studio with us. It's Harold Howard. Or wait a minute. It's not Harold Howard. It's Tom, the Filthy Mawler. Lawlor, what's going on, man?
Not much. I'm going to go ahead and take that very special guest as a compliment, as opposed to you referring to me as being of the...
You know, I think you're a pretty special guest, man. You were on Season 8 of The Ultimate Fighter. You're best known for knocking out Dave Kaplan in the bathroom. I think, in my opinion, to be honest with you, you had the two best episodes of The Ultimate Fighter in The Ultimate Fighter history, man.
Well, I appreciate it. My main goal in pretty much everything I do is to be entertaining. So if I go out there and I lose in about 10 seconds of my next fight, if it's entertaining, I'm all for it.
I'll tell you what, win, lose, or draw, we love you down here, man. I remember during The Ultimate Fighter Season 8, you actually realized someone was eating your fruit tray every day when you went to go train. So you decided you were going to pee in the fruit, and everybody got to eat your pee. That was fun. That was fun to watch, man.
It was beautiful. It was a great experience for me to go ahead and spread my seed to the rest of the cast. But it was not only me that went ahead and urinated in the fruit. It was everybody else on my team too.
I remember that.
They don't get mentioned, so I'd like to thank Shane Nelson, Junior Browning, Vinny Magallanes, and everybody else that was in on that fruit tray incident.
I think you started that whole thing, didn't you?
I was the ringleader. I will not lie about that. However, they did play a large part, and I'd like to go ahead and thank them.
Now, the second best episode ever is when you were in the bathroom. You guys were already pretty much, you guys had already done your fight, so you were hanging out and drinking. And Dave Kaplan was begging you to knock him out. Punch me, I can't be knocked out. So you gave him one good one to the chin and knocked him right out, man. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was a punch at about, I'd say, 30% of my full power.
That was all shoulder, though, man. I felt bad for him.
Well, I've been watching a lot of Jeet Kune Do tapes, and Bruce Lee was an advocate of the 6-inch punch. So I've gone ahead and tried to perfect that, and that was the fruits of my labor.
So how does that feel, though, man, to know that you have the two best episodes out of 11 seasons of The Ultimate Fighter, and yours are the best? How does that feel?
It's a huge honor to know that I have the two best episodes. Not only that, but you know, a lot of people recognize the punch on Dave Kaplan as being one of the greatest moments in UFC history.
Absolutely.
I myself feel a little bit slighted because it was not included on the best knockouts of 2008.
And it should have been.
It really it should be on the best knockouts of ever. MMA forever.
Man, we actually have a bunch of things to talk about tonight. We're going to preview the big Strikeforce Miami card coming up this Sunday. We're going to have your MMA news of the week. Later this hour, we're going to have UFC trainer Greg Jackson calling in. So if you want to talk to Tom, the Filthy Mawler Lawler, or you want to talk to the most famous trainer in MMA today, give us a call, 407-916-8255, or toll free, 1-800-729-8255. You can also join the chat room on our website. It's theultimatefightshow.com. Click on the chat room link at the top of the page. All right, so Tom, I have to tell you, the fight with Aaron Simpson, it actually fueled the flames of the huge judging controversy that's going on today. After your fight, you had legions of fans in the message board saying that you were robbed in that second round. Let me ask you, after watching the fight, do you feel like you won that second round?
The second round is a hard one to call. It depends basically on what you consider controlling the round. Aaron Simpson had a takedown on me and controlled about 30 seconds on the ground after that takedown. There were some portions of the fight in that round where he was coming forward. I was backing up counterpunching, and I'm guessing that factored in the judge's decision as octagon control. And the other thing that looks really bad in retrospect is at the end of the second round, I went ahead and went for a guillotine and pulled guard. And I think maybe in the judge's eyes,
It looked like a takedown.
It looked
I
like a
agree.
takedown, yeah.
I think that's what happened.
Yeah, and you know what? That's exactly what I said. And I knew they were going to score it for a takedown. And it's a shame that it's not more of a submission attempt. I mean, to me, that was your effort to try and win out the round and to be aggressive. Yeah, and I thought that was one of the deciding factors in the judging is who is more aggressive. I had the round completely even right up until that point.
Mm-hmm. Actually, Judge Jeff Blatnick, who's the one judge that scored it in my favor, had scored it 10-8, 10-10, and then 10-9, which I guess if I was going to go ahead and score it, that would probably be the correct scoring that I would have given it.
So you would have had a draw? Is that what it is?
Well, he gave me the split decision. I could easily see it being a 10-9, 10-10, 10-9, or a 10-9, 10-9 in either favor, and then 10-9.
I was all over the chat rooms and the message boards, and basically all the fans, everybody was saying that it should have at least been a draw.
Mm-hmm. One thing that is a little bit different is the fact that I don't think it's as much the judge's fault as it is the system. The system's set up in a manner where, my first round caused the most damage in the fight. If anybody says different,
you almost had him out. You were dominating the first round.
I was for the first 3 minutes. Then I don't know if I punched myself out or what happened, or I looked into his eyes and started getting hypnotized by his beauty. I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but I thought I was going to be able to put him out in that first 3 minutes. It didn't happen, but that was the most damage in the fight. Now, depending on how you view the next 2 rounds, two of the judges scored his second round and his third round as being equal to my first round, which, if you're an educated person, not even an MMA judge, then you're going to go ahead and see that I inflicted more damage. And my first round was better than his next 2 rounds. But
no, I guess as a fighter, you would much rather have a draw than a loss. Is that how it works? I mean, I never really understood how the draw worked. But now that I've been doing this and talking about the judging and stuff like that, I can see how you'd get that draw.
If they would have given me fight of the night with the draw, then yeah, sure, I'd rather have the draw on my record. But
fight of the night bonus.
Yeah, the fight of the night bonus. But
draw of the night.
That soothes a lot of pain, I'm sure.
Yeah, it does. And if it didn't then. It does now because I can pay for a lot of people to go ahead and soothe my pain for me.
And we have a caller on the Ultimate Fight Show. It's Robin. She wants to talk to Tom. What's going on, Robin? Welcome to the Ultimate Fight Show on 740 The Game. You're on with Tom, the Filthy Mawler, Lawlor.
Awesome. Hi, Tom. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you, Robin?
I'm great. I love the Ultimate Fighter. I'm one of those women that kind of have that. It's like my guilty pleasure. We don't talk about it. We just put on Spike TV and quietly watch.
Robin, do you agree with me that Tom Lawlor had the best 2 episodes in Ultimate Fighter history?
Absolutely. And I think, with this Aaron Simpson fight, I totally agree. I mean, at minimum, a draw. Absolutely. I mean, and there was some talk about being gassed in the 3rd round and conditioning, but the striking was, unbelievably improved, I think. And I just think you absolutely took the first round, no question, and maybe a draw on the second.
I completely agree.
Yes, thank you, Robin.
I think
my other question was, I want to know what you think about your submission, the submission of the night against C.B. Dalloway. That was amazing in UFC 100.
Mm-hmm. What do I think about it?
Do you consider that to be, one of your best?
Yes, just purely based on the bonus. I would go ahead and say that it was probably the best moment of my entire life.
And there is a rumor that you took your bonus money and bought an island. Is there any truth to this rumor?
There is absolutely no truth to that rumor. I spent it all mostly on drugs and women. So
okay, Robin, I appreciate your call tonight. Thanks for calling the Ultimate Fight Show.
Thanks a lot.
No problem. So yeah, there was actually the other fight on that card, the same card as your fight with Nate Diaz and Maynard, and that was another one. Now, I'm not a big Nate Diaz fan. I don't really like Nick and Nate too much because their fights are a little bit boring to me. I think they throw arm punches with no power, but I'll be honest with you, if we are judging on the boxing system, I really think there's no way that Nate Diaz did not win that fight. He outscored Maynard easily. What do you think? What do you think about that?
Well, I totally agree. I saw the last 2 rounds. I didn't get to see the first round because I was doing paperwork in the back. But I thought for sure that Nate Diaz won the last 2 rounds, which if you're judging it on a 10-9 must system or, judging it round by round, that would give him the fight. Now, I'd have to go back and watch that fight. I've watched my fight a million times. There seems to be more of an outcry over the decision in my fight.